Now going over to the business blunder of the day, you have Cadillac recalling their Vistiq for all 5 owners. They'll be so sorely disappointed. Now this is brought to us thanks to AutoEvolution.com, and specifically Mirka Pandit, who's a writer over there, who says, quote, General Motors recalls Cadillac Vistiq and Lyriq electric SUVs for improperly secured batteries. How is that possible? I mean, they have hardworking unionized labor there. The most hardest working Americans, the United Auto Workers. They're the greatest employees on the planet. Not at all corrupt, inept. They're great. I'm kidding, obviously. The most unreliable cars in the United States year after year are always assembled by, you guessed it, unionized labor who cost trillions of dollars. And one of the reasons why they're so unreliable, one of the most hilarious ones was when Ford had mismatched headlights and seats in some of their trucks because the union goes, meh, who cares? Getting paid hundreds of dollars an hour in benefits and cash, or, in salary, to do this labor. Yeah, going to the actual content, they say, quote, produced at Spring Hill Manufacturing Tennessee BV3 program, the family-sized Cadillac Vistiq and the more compact Lyriq have been hit with a safety recall, according to General Motors. The bolts attaching the high-voltage battery to the floor might be loose or missing. Right. Bolts are missing, and employees didn't notice that. Now, GM claims that a third-party vendor failed to properly install the subjective bolts during the repair operation. Oh, GM needs a repair? That's news. Obviously, it's not because they get so many recalls, but kind of funny. A little tongue-in-cheek today. Now, they say, quote, the Detroit-based automaker started looking at the matter in June 2025 following a report from a Cadillac dealership. The dealership identified loose bolts on a brand new Vistiq, prompting the largest automaker of the Detroit Big Three to investigate. 56 other vehicles had similar implant repairs performed by the same third-party vendor, which isn't named in the recall documentation published by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Investigations of the additional Vistiq and Lyriq vehicles that underwent similar implant repairs found evidence of loose or missing bolts. Given the aforementioned, the safety boffins decided on recalling all potentially affected zero-emission crossovers. GM is not aware of any complaints potentially related to the described recall condition. And yeah, I'm sorry, your eyes are going to hurt because you're going to see more pictures of GM products, which, let's be honest, for the most part, viscerally disgusting. Now they say, quote, there will be no charge for the service. Affected owners and lessees will be notified by mail no later than September 8th, 2025. Or just watch the show where we cover these topics weeks or months before the actual letters get mailed out. They also said affected vehicle identification numbers will be searchable on July 24th, 2025. Well, aka already. Both Vistiq and Lyriq feature 17-character VINs that start with a 1. The recalled population is split between 26 examples of the Vistiq and 27 of the XT5-sized Lyriq. Now, they noted that production dates of the affected Vistiq 3-row electric SUV range from March 10, 2025 to March 17, 2025 for the 2026 model year. Now, they also note that as for Lyriq, making the 2025 model assembled at the Spring Hill Manufacturing from March 7, 2025 and March 17th, 2025. And for some reason, people are willing to pay $58,000 for these and $78,000 for these, respectively, which I can't imagine spending that much for I was about to say disposable vehicle. It's a GM product, so it already is, but an EV GM disposable, and it's ultra disposable, which again, if anything goes wrong, only your GM dealership can fix. Allegedly, they'll fix it. Yeah, let's just say I'm not a fan of it. And GM says, EV of the future, we're leaning more into it. So I gotta say, GM, your lack of quality as usual is certainly the business blunder of the day. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, trying to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so click that button. Greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down in the comments. Great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.